What's up, MFs? It's Rattle Snake Roy on the 806er.
Hey man, say man, what's the play, man? We're here for an epic moment. One of the pioneers I feel out here in the blogging and podcasting game. We're finally sitting down. I finally got him to come down to the 806er, but it's not like finally because I've been bullshitting.
Yeah, it's been you.
It's been me. So for those that don't know, who do we have here today?
Well, I am Rattlesnake Roy. I'm a podcaster, an actor, a musician, and a dedicated sexual lover. I was waiting to say that one all day today.
Okay, definitely. So tell us about yourself, Roy. Tell us about yourself.
I just am an all-American redneck Mexican boy who likes to talk to people. I've done vlogs. They're fun, but it's a fucking, can I cuss on here?
Yeah.
It's a motherfucker to edit vlogs, so I've kind of shied away from all that.
But I feel like, your setup at first was the first person to use the multi-camera, what I seen from town. So for me to hear you say that to edit that is kind of difficult, you're the first person I've seen using the multi-camera.
Well, when it comes to vlog, people like to put different graphics and different add-ons and shit. My multi-camera thing is literally, that's it. That's my podcast. If you're talking, it's on you. If it's me, then it's on me. So it's pretty simple. That's why, I owe it all to Joe Rogan. Got to give him a shout out. That's really why I do it like that.
Okay, so tell me about your look. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely yours. The first time I ran into you at the Culture Lounge, I was like, damn, this motherfucker's way taller than I thought he was.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But that's him. You know what I'm saying? He looks like how he looks like in the pictures. You know what I'm saying? So tell us about the look. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it's evolved a little bit through the years.
My sister literally said I am a lumberjack vampire. That's what she called me today. But the look it's really like, I got tired of being like, I used to do like, streetwear and all that, but it's just too much. I wear the same four pair of jeans, the same boots, and just a different top. I like the Western look. I try to play into the cowboy look. I want to live that lifestyle eventually. I don't have any money right now, can't do that. But I like the cowboy hat, the cowboy boots, silver, just that look, that vibe.
So earlier you said you're a redneck Mexican. Explain that to me.
I guess you should, I'm from Post, Texas, and I like that vibe of just like, it looks like the sticks. It's worn down, it's beat up. I like the West Texas feel. I like fucking flat. I like all of that. But I guess if I told you I like America and I like guns and I like all of that, then you would probably be like, well, you're this, that. Just call me a redneck. How about that? I don't want to be called conservative or a MAGA or any of that. Just say he's a fucking redneck. I like wearing American flags and all that shit. So that's why I say that.
So one of the hot topics on my platform that I know that if I say this word, the post is gonna go up, is the word Trump.
T-Dog.
So what's your take on Trump? Are you voting for Trump?
I'm not voting for Trump.
For real?
But if he gets shot at one more time, I am gonna vote for Trump. But I think he's incredibly entertaining. I look at him as incredibly entertaining. Like, if you can look back at Biden's last 4 years, we obviously know that the president isn't who we thought the president was. So you can let Kamala or Trump, the way the country's gonna go is gonna go. It's like not up to us, which is extremely disappointing to a guy like me. But then again, I just think Trump is incredibly funny and he's awesome.
All right, so being a podcaster, being a blogger, whatever, sometimes we have to remove our personal feelings. And like you said, he's very entertaining. All right, so how do you do your job or not do your job watching Trump? You know what I'm saying? Knowing that he's definitely good TV, definitely entertainment, but I guess maybe some of your personal values don't align with his?
Yeah, I definitely, but I try to maintain this balance of interjecting my personal beliefs onto the podcast when I feel it's necessary. But that doesn't mean I'm not open to listening to everybody. Like, I'll have a guest on that hates that motherfucker and wants to talk shit about him, and I'll just be like, all right, let's see how we can kind of be peaceful and talk about it. That's what I think podcasting is, and that's why I do it, because I want to hear somebody who's super pro MAGA or somebody who's like fucking communist. I don't give a fuck. So yeah, I actually let my personal beliefs affect me huge, and I'm trying to work on that because it can get a little weird, but you know how it is.
Okay, so let's speak about the landscape of music here in West Texas, 806 The Hub. And we'll include entertainment, blogging, podcasting, all that. How do you look at it where we are now? I feel like we've come a long way.
Yeah, I hear a lot of older people who've been in it longer say that, and I hope that's true. I think it's getting bigger, and it's increasingly growing. It's just weird because a lot of people are actually successful here that come from here, but they don't rep Lubbock maybe like you and I do. There's a lot of, like, I know a lot of people who fucking tour the fucking world doing music, and you would never know they're from Lubbock, Texas, and they live here and they're here when they're not on tour. So I think it's a lot of that.
And that's the way that I feel like when I'll interview a business person and they're a legitimate millionaire.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't think like Lubbock has millionaires, but like this person might be standing next to you at the McDonald's.
Lubbock has millionaires. There's this guy my friend just told me about. He got real big on TikTok. He's not from here, but he lived here. Mm-hmm. He's got a show on FX now. Like, he's doing his thing. I got a friend that's in this band, Gate Creeper. Shout out to you guys. They're touring the world. I don't know, like, I've kind of shied away from rap. No disrespect to those guys. I don't know what they're doing. I know, like, Bill's touring with the Mexican OT, and he's putting him, like, showing Lubbock love. I just wish more people would show Lubbock love that's from here, but, you know, that's their choice. At the end of the day, I get it. Lubbock kind of sucks, but we can make it better. You said it on my podcast. If you can make it here, you can make it anywhere.
Definitely.
And I believe that 100%, dude. It's crazy.
Definitely. So I see you talk to a wide array of people. One day it might be a comedian, next day it might be a politician, next day it might be just somebody just, you know what I'm saying, one of the homies, you know what I'm saying, on your podcast. So like, how do you go with the casting? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Well, first of all, you got to get a guy to come on. Shout out to you for never coming on.
I've come on, and I'm coming back. I'm coming back.
It's really like, it's a mixture of, hey, can I come on? Or I'll reach out to you. If I find you entertaining and I like what you're doing, I'll simply reach out to you, and that's mainly what it's been, just DMs, for real, or they'll DM me. And it's that easy. It's not hard to get a hold of me. I am constantly on my phone. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can comment on the YouTube. But I find, like, the way the political landscape is now, I find comedians to be my favorite guests right now because they don't give a fuck and they don't take shit seriously. And I'm kind of, like we said earlier, I'm sick of people who pretend to give a fuck. So I'm like, let's just have fun.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk politics right now, but maybe I'll get back to it in the future. Who knows?
All right, so did you vote this year?
In the mayor election?
Yeah, the mayor election.
Yes, I did.
Okay, so you voted in the mayor election. One thing I like to ask people, did they even know there was an election? Did they know that weed was up for decriminalization? And 99% of it is, why didn't they vote? So I guess you being a person who voted, you living out here, I guess, and then I guess you being in the media, give me your take on that situation.
Okay, so I will say this was actually my very first time ever voting. And I don't smoke weed, but that topic is why I voted. And I think people have this idea that our vote doesn't matter. And I will say, maybe not in a national level it doesn't, but at a local level it literally does. And I think people, honestly, like, if you think about Lubbock, people that like the way Lubbock is vote. And that's why it stays the way it is. Like, all the older, if you look at the demographics, go look at it, all the older, specifically white people, they vote. None of the Mexicans voted in this. Go look at the fucking results. That was like, wow. And none of the young people voted, which I don't know why. That one confuses me because everybody's online like, oh, this, that, the other. And okay, well, go vote. You had your fucking chance and you didn't. So it confuses me. God bless.
So being a podcaster, we hear people's opinions all day. No one's never short of opinion. Someone has a take on everything. But then when we see people have a chance to make systemic change, we see them not take that. What is your take on that dynamic right there?
I don't take people seriously anymore. I just look at everything like it's just entertainment. It's really sad. I see a lot of people online who are very outspoken, and God bless them, that's your right as an American, but you didn't do anything about it. You get what you deserve, people. And the weed thing, that fucking is, because I know a lot more people who smoke weed than who can give a fuck about Adam or McBride or whoever the fucking mayor is. They cared about weed. No, you didn't, because you could have had that passed, and it didn't pass, which is, again, disappointing.
So tell us about your upcoming event that you have going on the 24th.
August 24th, Snake Pit Live. This will be our third one we're doing. We'll have a DJ play some music beforehand, and then we're gonna have 8 comedians. If anybody's seen Kill Tony, I'm basically doing that. They're gonna come on and do 1 minute, and then about 4 minutes we're gonna interview them, play some games with them. We'll have like a wheel to spin, and we'll have fun with the crowd. And then if anybody is interested in doing comedy for the first time ever, I'm looking for somebody to come do it at the live show. So anybody out there listening, just come and tell me, and we'll have you do a minute of comedy for the first time. And then I have a super secret surprise for everybody, so please be there. If they were there at the last one, it's kind of in that nature. Come and check it out.
Yeah, so we got to show up.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely.
So where do you see yourself in a year from now? Like, what are your goals as a podcaster?
A year from now?
Mm-hmm.
Making money off the podcast, my Patreon. Hopefully I'll be at about 400 podcast episodes by then. I hope to include another podcast in, because I'm the owner of Snake Pit Studios. I should have said that at the very beginning. So I hope to have another podcast be incorporated in all of this. I also hope to have made Snake Pit Live a monthly thing. Like, everybody looks forward to it coming out once a month.
I want to be a part of one.
Hell yeah. We'll talk. But yeah, I definitely want to start making money doing this. Because I'll be 6 years in. I'm not saying that means anything, but fuck, start making money.
No, it does mean a lot. It means a lot. I feel like a lot of people feel like we make a lot of money from what we make. I went somewhere, and my OG, he was trying to describe who I was to a person, and for lack of better, he wasn't hitting the right words, but in the person was like, oh, he's an influencer? And I was like, yeah. He was like, so that means everything, and that means nothing. And I was like, exactly.
Yeah, I guess. I've never been called influencer, thank God. I don't want to be called that. But hey, man, if that means money, fuck it. I'm fucking be called that shit. I don't give a fuck.
So what would you say to maybe like a younger person? Because there are a lot of young people who are like, man, basically, fuck school, I want to be a YouTuber. Fuck school, I want to be an influencer.
I say, don't just be that, you know? If you're, like, there's this guy I followed, he's building he bought a fucking raw piece of land, and he's building a complex there, and he's made fucking money from TikTok doing it. That's what I would say, do. Find something to use them as tools to what you want to do. If you're a plumber, if you're a musician, an artist, a creative, yeah, that's definitely an avenue. But don't just solely be a fucking YouTuber. You gotta be like widespread, because what if YouTube is banned from America tomorrow? Then what the fuck are you gonna do? I say build a skill and then use YouTube just to show people your skill. Printing t-shirts, I don't know, shoes. Got a lot of people like that here. Shout out to y'all.
So us being in the content game, I tell artists that if you're not comfortable speaking to your phone like a human being, making videos every day, and just basically networking through a phone, you need to get the hell out the way. Can you speak to that a little bit?
Yeah, you're entirely right. If you really want to make it in this like creative game, you kind of have to treat it as a 9 to 5, if not more, every day. You have to be, unfortunately, I hate it, you have to be like making TikToks, videos, shorts, pretty much daily, and putting your all into it daily. You have to get comfortable behind the camera, like you're saying. And that's the only way to do it is just doing it. Just fucking put that, who gives a fuck what people think? Just put it up there, and you have to create a character, you know. If you, in your head, just, you have to be you, but if you have to create that character and embellish you, then fucking do it. It's the only way I can see it happening. There's so many people out there. And that's inspiring, and it's kind of like, oh shit too, but just watch, like, find your favorite people and watch them and like take notes from them. What are they doing? How are they doing it? And then use that to create you. That's what I would say.
So you being a Lubbock citizen, a Lubbock voter, people from City Council watch this. Adam Hernandez had reached out to me But when I seen him on your platform, I was like, fuck it, let me get him on here too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Shout out to you. So they watch this. What would you say to them? What would you say to the people that are watching?
I was gonna say, you guys, they're doing everything that their people in their districts are asking them to do, but after this whole First Friday debacle, I'm like, what? You guys really do not. I don't think you might care about a certain portion of your citizens, which I get, but that's where I get weird with politics, because it's like money. I don't like that, but honestly, for the city council listening, you fucked up with the First Friday shit, man. That was a big punch in the face. If there hadn't been one, that one was huge.
And why? If they don't understand why it was a big punch in the face, explain why.
That literally is like one of the few things that's cool about Lubbock. Like everybody, a lot of people I know, it's a hub. It's like, oh shit, it's First Friday. So many fucking people go there. And maybe your money that you're taking away doesn't matter in the grand scheme of it, but it's like, yo, you don't care. To me, that's what it seemed like. You really don't care, because you don't know what First Friday means to like your people. And I've seen Adam out there, by the way. I've seen him, maybe other people. I've never seen them. I'm out there every time there is one. But like in terms of art and all of that, you guys really goofed there. I don't, pay attention to what your people want. I know like other things they might want, but that one was a big, like, if people didn't really like you guys before that, they definitely don't like you guys now, man. You guys really goofed. And I know you guys have a hearing coming up, I think, this week, actually.
Yeah, this week. And I think it's back on the
the
ballot or measure for them to, decide on.
I hope I'm not eating my words there.
No, I mean, but that would be a good thing. Yeah. If you did end up eating your words. That would mean that they come to make a different change.
Also, I will say shout out to Adam. He articulates well what's going on in the town. Two guys like us.
Very well.
And so if you want to like follow him, he's on every social media platform telling you how it is. And maybe you don't agree with the way he leans or whatever, but he informs you very well about like shit. I was just gonna say, like, you were saying you kind of hold off on your opinion and how the people rip some people online. I was kind of I think things are about to change for me at the Snake Pit, and I'm very interested in seeing it, because I used to kind of pander and not really give my opinion because I was scared of what would happen. And then we had on a potential mayor candidate that some people didn't like, and I hadn't even released the episode, and they were just all up on our shit about it. So I'm like, you know what?
Male or female?
What's his name? Tony Renteria. Yeah, he's a super conservative. Go figure a little bit. And
how did you get him?
I just hit him up.
I hit him up.
I just hit him up, and they responded. Shout out to Adam.
Yeah, no.
But my whole thing was like, now you asked me earlier about my, taking away my opinion. Well, now I don't, because I seen the way you guys reacted towards me on a guy you didn't like. So fuck it. I don't want to say fuck you guys, but really kind of, because I do not care anymore. I know my heart. I know where I am. I know I care about the people much like you do. So if I voice my opinion on things and you don't like it, I don't know what to tell you. The Snake Pit's not the place for you, and that's cool, man.
And I'm glad that you said that, because I feel like within like the first 2-3 years of 806er, I was pandering too. I was trying to keep it real business first, and I feel like PR in Lubbock isn't to be handled without the gloves on.
Well, it's like you said, with not to name drop, the way people reacted towards Adam. It's like, okay, the internet's gonna internet no matter what, so they're gonna love you today and hate you tomorrow. So just be you, man.
Literally,
you gotta just be you. So again, even another segment we did to young folks, you gotta stand on your business. That's all I say. If you're gonna come at me, don't delete your comments. Don't be scared to delete your comments. I will have a grown-ass conversation with you. It doesn't have to be hostile. You can disagree with me. I don't give a fuck, but we can talk. That's my whole thing. Like, the dynamic of the Snake Pit, literally in these next like 5 episodes that I'm about to post, is completely like, that's Roy. That's who he is. Take it or leave it.
And that's how it should be. And that's how it should be.
It's more freeing. It's definitely more freeing. I love it. We'll see.
All right, so give me 2 things that you like, that you see out here in the hub, and give me 2 things that you don't. Hot takes.
2 things that I like. I do like the raw talent that is here. I think it's there. It's just whether it's untapped, pause, or the people don't have the resources. It's there. The talent's there. I like the community when it's done right, when it's not, to the thing that I don't like, when everybody's like, so I like the community and I like the talent. There's a lot of love. There's a lot of people doing great things across this town. That's not the problem at all. Two things I don't like is the infighting of, I call it the famine mentality. It's the idea that like just because another guy's blowing up doesn't mean you can't blow up. I don't like that. A lot of people, I think, I don't know. They don't want to prop up. Like when people ask me, they tell me I'm like, no, Prev is the biggest. You got to put Prev. You got to.
I think it's all right. So I think we could be in the same hub, but you're the podcaster. You know what I'm saying? So I'll give you that.
But
like, you know what I'm saying?
the banter. Like you got to be like, well, there's this guy doing that. Maybe he doesn't. Like if you want to work with somebody, maybe it doesn't fit well for you as an artist. You'd be like, well, that guy can really do well with you. You should. That needs to happen more.
Yeah.
There needs to be a lot of more communication. And I have a problem with another thing I don't like in this town. Literally, is the politics both ways. It divides us. I do not think it should be the forefront of every fucking thing we fucking do in this town, whether it be football or the arts or podcasts, music. Like, who gives a fuck? Okay, you like Trump, you like Kamala. Who gives a goddamn fuck? Let's come together and let's make this town great. How about that? So, but I think once we like we talked off camera just a minute ago, once we figure out shit, this town could be a legit hub for. I think it could be like Dallas. Really,
I see it moving in Dallas.
Like, it could be better than Dallas.
I feel like the same conversations that I have here are the ones I was having 10 years ago in Dallas.
Okay.
So that's kind of frustrating because I feel like I'm in a limbo, but it lets me know where this area is going.
See, I've heard
you know
that.
What I'm saying?
And one time I heard this is Austin in the 80s.
I can believe that. I can believe that.
I think if we don't kill each other, then we'll be like literally and figuratively. We're missing a few. I think we're actually missing a few like legit brick and mortar places. But other than that, like, fucking sky's the limit.
All right. So watching what City Council did with First Friday Art Trail, do you feel like Lubbock is ready to actually become a big city, or do you think Lubbock is really ready to embrace everything that comes with being a big city?
No, we're not ready. I mean, there's all kinds of things like. Even like the big city crime, the big city problems, the infrastructure, the water, we're not ready for that. The cultural impact of being a big city, I don't think we're ready for that. Lubbock's pretty, when people are like it's a big city in a small town or whatever, like that small town mentality it runs rampant in this town. And I don't think that people are ready to change. And I hate to be morbid, but maybe once the older folks start to die, it'll start to change. I think like I would say from 20 to like 50, that era, they're more willing to put like art and music and dance and culture into Lubbock more so than the older folks. No disrespect to them, that's how they lived. God bless them. Look what they turned this town into, good or bad, I don't know. But I think it's weird, like you're saying. I said this like maybe fucking 3 years ago, and I think we're 10 years away, and that's a long time for anybody who's not willing to put in the work. But think about it. If you start your brand, your business, whatever, now, and you really put in the hours, imagine where you're gonna be in 10 years. And imagine, like, I humbly say this, like, imagine the doors me and you are gonna open for people and other people that are doing great things. So if you're working on it now, and God willing, our doors are open to you, you're looking at huge success. So you just got to stick with it. And I think like sometimes I think the tide's turning, and then sometimes I'm like, oh fuck, no, we're not. It's literally every day it changes. I don't know. Hopefully,
I appreciate you coming to sit down. For the new fans, the old fans, the hating motherfuckers, because those are the true fans. Where can they find you online? Keep up with you. Watch your podcast. I also liked how at a certain time I felt like you could see it, but then I think you put it behind a paywall. You know what I'm saying? That's something I've seen in the bigger cities. You know what I'm saying? But give people where to find everything from you.
So yeah, our free podcast, it's under the Snake Pit with Rattle Snake Roy. So that's my podcast, the Snake Pit with Rattle Snake Roy. There's Lords of Film, the Big Pink PP Show, and we're trying to get one more guy to come on. Those are all free on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcast. And then on patreon.com/snakepitstudios, you can subscribe, where we basically do like a DJ set every week and we talk about the music and just have fun. And that's actually just $1. So it's like you said earlier, it's hard to get even $1 out of you guys. You don't owe me nothing, but God damn it. Rattle Snake Roy on everything else. That's where the fun happens. Don't take anything I say too seriously, because I like to have fun and poke at people. I know it's kind of bad to do that, but I get drunk and I post things that people don't like, but it's fun. So yeah, you can follow those.